Well, good morning, everybody. Saturday morning, October 4th? Yeah, I think so. Anyways, it's overcast and cloudy, and there's a little bit of a drizzle. So that's unfortunate because I'm on my way today to the QVEA tractor show, fall tractor show. And QVEA is the Quinebaug Valley Engineers Association in Connecticut. I'm in Massachusetts, right over the line, and this is one of the largest shows that's not too terribly far away. It's about a 1 hour drive for me. So they have this show 3 times a year, and I've gone to it on several occasions and really enjoyed it. And they have a flea market component to the show, which is, it has all of us, lots of tools and things like that to look at. And then of course there's the tractors on display. Often they'll have old trucks and cars there, old machinery. And then there's the estate itself that it's held on, which is the Zagray farm, which was actually a farm that was, I think the story goes that it was owned by 2 brothers that donated it to the QVEA. And when they originally took over the farm, the farming operations had long since ceased, and the brothers had taken to just allowing apparently anybody they knew who needed to get rid of old machinery to tow it out in the back field. And what ended up happening was they had a huge collection of derelict tractors. This is back before scrap metal was worth anything, and when you had a bad truck or a tractor or something like that, it was actually a nuisance to get rid of. Most farmers just towed it out in the woods somewhere on their property and left it there. Well, they took that to the extreme, and so what ended up happening was when the QVEA took over the property, one of the first things they had to do was they had to pull out all of that equipment, and they had an auction. And that's actually where I ended up acquiring the multi-hoe backhoe, which is now long since gone to its maker. So, those of you who saw that series of me just disassembling that thing is about 90% disassembled now, and most of the parts have been sold off. That's where I got that from. Originally, it started its life somewhere down in Pennsylvania, working for some highway department, and somehow it ended up on that farm. And I still remember buying that. It was quite the ordeal getting it home and getting it to work and all that. But anyways, today we're going to go and check out the tractor show. So we got 50 miles to go, and I'll touch base with you guys as soon as I get there. Well, the official show start time is 8 o'clock, and it's after 8 o'clock, and I'm 14 miles away from the venue. But I see a tractor trailer up in front of me with a low boy, and he's got a big old tractor on that thing, so I'd be willing to bet he's on his way to the show. He got a late start, I guess. As he makes this left turn, we can see he's got 2 tractors on there. Well, it's about 8:30, and due to the fact that it's raining, crowds are pretty low.
Yeah, the bobbleheads go right across.
Oh, okay. Small one. Yeah, yeah.
That's what I think. What are the foot brakes off of?
I think it's the head screw points.
Oh.
Cloud, Taylor, or whatever.
Foot brakes on the tractor.
Oh.
Where are you from anyway?
Originally Rhode Island.
I live in
Oh, okay.
I said, you know what? It's your kid's birthday. I says, you know what? Happy birthday for your kid. My wife said to me, so you're gonna give him money again? Didn't you learn?
Well, you're not. You're giving it to his kid. Tell yourself.
Well, that last table, I finally bought something. I bought this. It's got 4 Craftsman gear wrenches here, bundled together. Got them for $15. So that's a decent price. Most of the other stuff there, he was pretty set on his prices, and all he kept saying over and over again was how he had a truck, a lot of nice stuff in the truck that's not coming out realistically today because it's sprinkling. So he doesn't want to bring anything out. Just kept saying it over and over again to everybody who came up. Really annoying. Really rough around the edges kind of guy. He had that little pair of Starrett V-blocks with surface rust on them. He wanted $20 for them. He wouldn't go any lower. You know, I'll tell you, if the guy's demeanor was nicer, I probably would have popped $20 on the damn things. But I don't even really need the wrenches, but it's nice to have some extra ones. Here's an example of the kind of problem the rain presents. Dealers that don't even bother putting their tables out. Now, if I come back tomorrow on Sunday, the rain's supposed to clear out. I'm sure a lot of these tables will be full and they'll have the auction and everything, but unfortunately today was the only day I had available. Nice Kennedy toolbox.
Okay, I got my truck way down the back. I don't think they'll put you dry.
No, you can drive right on.
Yeah, it's getting pretty morning. I don't think it's going to get any better either. But no, by noon it's downfall. Yep. I'm close to Rhode Island. Yeah. Yep. That's right. I do.
Nice plow for a 3-point hitch. Let's get another one over here. Not sure what this is. Yeah, oh, that's a fast hitch. Yeah, it's for the International. That guy over there has got 2 machinist tool chests and a bunch of machinist tools laid out there, and I just spent probably at least half an hour, if not longer, picking through all the drawers and everything. And I got a few little items here and there. He had a couple items in there I was interested in, but I passed on because he knows what he can get for the stuff, so not going to sell to a cheapskate like me.
Yeah, I thought it was kind
Trying to
of
land a ping pong.
The spike railroad puller thing.
I was trying to sell all 3 of those things as a set. They're all railroad related. They are.
Evidence everywhere that a lot of people didn't even bother showing up this morning because of the rain. A lot of other people are just covering stuff up and doing their best to try and keep things from getting all wet. Hey, look at that. Central Machinery disc sander in the box. Yeah, sure, it's cheap Harbor Freight Chinese junk. But you never know. There's a nice assortment of old wheels and pulleys. A lot of them with curved spokes on them and that. Some over there. Hinges. It's 11 a.m. and a lot of people are packing up to leave. There's a nice old truck right there. That's part of the exhibit here. They have this sand pit. They have some restored and running, or semi-restored running machines that just sit here and play in the sand. Grown-up kids sandbox. funny thing about this place is it's hard to tell what's actually a running machine. Sometimes it's hard to tell what's a running machine and what's just junk. Well, actually, I shouldn't say junk, right? We don't think, if you're looking at these videos, enjoying them, then you probably wouldn't think of any of this stuff as junk. You would see potential. That looks like that's a runner right there. Over here down this side is quite a bit of equipment. And, you know, some of this stuff looks like, I don't know if that's running or not. There's a nice Silver King tractor over here under the tarp. That must be in decent shape because they're keeping it tarp. The Cyrus Erie dozer here. Of course, that's a modern, well, relatively speaking, modern case backhoe. But then just down along this whole line here, there's like a whole bunch of equipment there, dozers and other equipment. I'm sure some of these things are just being held on to with the thought that as money and time is available, that maybe they'll be restored. There's a little crane, little track crane, getting all swallowed up by the weeds. Now this says Tilford on the back here. No? Or is that Wilford? Maybe it's Wilford. So this says Wilford on the back here by the looks of it. And then the engine says Fordson. That almost looks like the motor off a Fordson tractor. Actually, that looks like it might be a Fordson tractor. That looks like the rear end to a Fordson tractor right there. That's basically looks like they took 90% of an old Fordson, and then that's on this I-beam frame, and it's a shovel. The trip bucket on the bottom there. It's different, all right. This is a pair of massive Fairbanks Morse engines that were donated to the organization years ago, and I think the thought was that they were eventually going to get these running. I don't think they ever did. They actually bought one of these shed-in-a-box type of structures here, and I think, well, by the looks of it, I guess the tarp long since gave up the ghost, so now they've just got a tarp with whatever they can find. That looks like a giant banner from Dunkin' Donuts. It's tarping this thing. Yeah, it says these here are Fairbanks Morse 32 E14 engines. They were originally installed at the New Britain Waterworks. Honey, have you seen my good roasting pan? Yes, dear. Ooh, for you welding fans. How about a Lincoln Shield Arc SA250? Bet you that did some serious work in its day. Well, time to leave. This whole area here is where I started the flea market this morning. Everybody's pulled out and left. A lot of other people are pulling out. Pretty much it's raining harder and harder as the day goes on, so I'm gonna head back to Massachusetts, stop somewhere for lunch on the way, and look at what I bought. I was just walking on my way out and totally forgot. Didn't even go and look at the machine shop in the Foundry. Well, it was just afternoon time when I decided to go down and take a look at the machine shop exhibit, and I just walked back to the truck to leave now, and it's now 1:40. I was in there for over an hour talking to one of the gentlemen in there, an older gentleman, who I said, "Are you the curator of this museum? And he says, oh yeah, I guess you could call me that. So he's the guy who's pretty much the head banana as far as the machine shop goes in there. So we started talking history of machines, and he showed me, gave me the grand tour, and we talked all about a lot of the stuff that's there. The lighting was kind of bad in there, so I wasn't going to be able to shoot any video.